Good day, world. How's it going? Today we're talking about Malignant. Oh boy. You want to know if it's good? In a word? No. So I sat down and watched this. And I was excited to watch this at first because I saw a few reviews out there that said this was the best horror movie of 2021. Nope, it ain't. It ain't. To me, this movie was shit, and we gonna talk about it. So, before we get into it, don't forget to drop a like, share, subscribe, those bell notifications, and get you some more content. All right, so this is gonna be spoiler heavy, so prepare yourself. The movie starts off. Woman, she lives with her abusive boyfriend. She's trying to figure out, she's pregnant. She just got home from work, and she's tired. She just wants to relax a little bit. And her boyfriend, apparently, this isn't the first time he has beaten the crap out of her, which I don't condone, by the way. And I don't know, he just bangs her head on the back of the wall. Here we go. So I'm just gonna give you the basic rundown. I'm not gonna go completely all over this movie, try to break it down for you, but basically it's explained. You see this thing and you're under the impression that it has supernatural powers. You're like, okay, so it's like a ghost movie. But then that quickly goes away, and you're like, oh, it's not a ghost movie. Okay. And then police, who are completely inept in this movie, they can't find their shoes at all, and it only appears to be two cops. I don't know what everyone else is doing, but they ain't helping. No one's helping. So you have two police officers. I forget one of them. The other one looks like a discount Wanda Sykes. She's doing her thing, and they were okay. The lead actress, which I believe whose name is Annabelle Wallace. This movie was directed by James Wan, by the way. So I don't know what they were going for, like an artistic sort of flow to this movie. It started out that way. More of like it seemed like it started out like I don't know, it had that Sin City kind of feel to it at first. Like everything was red, and people were talking weird. A lot of things were just like comic booky because it didn't really make much sense with how things were going. Every room seems to be dark for some reason, even in the police station. Yeah, so moving on. She bangs her head up against the wall and releases this thing you think it's a paranormal entity or whatever, but that you're quickly thrown away from that a few minutes later, and the police start to think that it is more of an invisible friend. I think they go to. So you're like, okay, so it is paranormal. So she has an invisible friend she conjured up in her mind, and that's doing the killing. Wrong again. Wrong. That's not it. It's not an invisible friend. It's strike two. And then we get to the real reason or what this thing is. She has a brother on her back, and the face of the brother is inside of the back of her skull. What? So what happens is he has access to parts of her brain, and I guess puts her in like some sort of, I don't know, some sort of comatose state while he gets to run the show. He takes the body and he flips the arms around and runs backwards. And you're like, what am I watching? Like, what is this? Why is this? Why does this exist? I cannot believe this came out in the movie theaters. I can't believe it's there. I don't know why you would pay your money to go watch this. I don't know what's going on with horror movies nowadays, but you're ruining them. Okay? You're absolutely 100% ruining them. There has been a litany of bad horror movies, in my opinion, and I, for the life of me, don't know why. Like, the Bye Bye Man. Why does that exist? Why is that a thing? What's the other one? Where the people had the weird faces. Truth or Dare. Why? There's nothing scary about that. You took a small thing. It would be like if you took a jump scare, one jump scare, and tried to turn it into an entire movie. The only thing great about this movie was Annabelle Wallace. Annabelle Wallace. Everything else in this movie was absolutely horrible. The decisions they make didn't make any sense. Nothing that the police officers did made any sense. So I'm just going to give you a basic rundown so you understand what it is I'm talking about, just in case you decide maybe you want to go see this movie. After a boyfriend beats her up, kicks her in the stomach because she's pregnant, and she goes to sleep, I guess the entity or the brother took over the body and went downstairs and grabbed this man's head and snapped that bad boy back, so he was looking at the back of his neck. He was laying there completely dead, 100% dead. And it would be disturbing to anyone who saw this, right? She goes to the hospital because the back of her head is bleeding, and also she was kicked in the stomach. And the baby passed away. She decides she wants to go back home. And her friend's like, why would you want to go back there? And she was like, I'm not going to let this thing just run me out of my home. What? You just saw your boyfriend's neck was like that, okay? Was totally messed up. He was facing the wrong way. It just happened tonight. First of all, why is this a crime scene? Why is this a crime scene? There's only 2 people in the house. 2. And his neck is backwards. So why is this taped off? All right, so we just go from there, right? And then other people start to die. People who had something to do with trying to get rid of the pieces of the brother that was on the back. He was upset about that, so he decided he wanted to go try to kill everyone who had a hand in, I guess, removing him, I guess. And I don't know if he was born a ninja, but at one point a police officer was chasing him, and he went down a staircase like he was Storm Shadow. I didn't get any part of this movie. This was not scary. This was more funny than anything. This was hilarious because it just felt like they were just throwing a movie out and called it a horror movie, and they were like, we'll just get this bad boy out. I don't know if this started as something else and they turned it into Malignant, or if this is like a book and somebody was like, hey, we can do this. We can adapt this into a screenplay and make this a movie. No, you can't. At least not like this. This is bad, man. This was so bad. And this is going to be a short review because this movie's horrible. Like, there are too many pieces for me to try to go into to try to explain how bad this movie is. The music was horrible. It was like from the 80s or something. And like the transitions was like porn music. I don't know who was like, yeah, I think we got something here. No, you don't. No, you do not. Sir or ma'am, you don't. Okay? Movies like Alien, Alien 2, which is my 100% favorite. And then you got movies like just came out, which was Quiet Place, the first one. The second was a little off the rails, but the first one was amazing. It was something that had never been done before. The monsters were scary. The story was good. Boom, you got yourself a horror movie. For those of you out there who are directors, stop using children. children are not scary. Stop using dolls that just sit there. They're not scary either. No one cares about inanimate dolls that just sit there and look at you with a stupid, dirty grin. No one cares. What else? College students who are in bikinis and bathing suits when bad things happen for some reason. No one cares about those movies. Please think about the story first and then tell it. Tell it the right way. Because just to add a face to the back of someone's head and have them run around with apparently with superpowers and you not knowing whether or not they're paranormal or not, just doing all kinds of craziness, just because you added somebody's face to the back of the head, it doesn't make it a great horror movie. It just makes it stupid. But that's it, man. That's gonna be it for this. Thanks for hanging out. Sorry about ranting on this movie. I feel like if you come out with something like this, though, you maybe deserve it. So, y'all be good, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.